Hi, Laura. Tell us your name, Laura.
My name is Laura Benz, and I'm the Facility Director of Hyperbarics Rx and a proud longtime owner of the Relax Sauna.
Okay, now you're telling me what the Relax Sauna does to your hyperbaric customers.
So one of the things that is a big issue with hyperbaric oxygen therapy is at the appropriate dosage, it is highly bactericidal, it can even be fungicidal, and it stimulates white blood cell activity. So part of certain indications that are being treated with hyperbaric, they end up with a massive detox. And the way this ends up working is they're doing their therapy, and the therapy is working, and they get these incredible detox symptoms, and they need a way to get the bad stuff, the stuff that the hyperbaric helped the body to kill, they need to get the leftover out.
Out of the body.
Out of the body. And one of the easiest ways to do that is sweat. And there's lots of detox methods. But for somebody that's just beginning their healing journey, it's pretty easy to just sit there. And that's about all they have to do. And I mean, there's no question that it's beneficial for aches and pains. I'm a little spoiled because I do use it frequently, and it works very, very well. Helps my own detox. I'm not just a spokesperson, I'm also a client. I do hyperbaric oxygen therapy as well, and I try to keep my body halfway decent and do some good stuff there, and it's just an easy way to do it. And I have to admit, I was very surprised as well, and humans are experiential creatures, but it's a great way to do something. I recommend it all the time, and I have a lot of clients that are using it, and they're getting great results with it. And again, every time they come back and tell me, I'm actually a little surprised, but it really works. So
you mentioned, you said very well, you called it pain management.
Yeah, and it's excellent for pain management. It does a very good job of making you feel better, and it's complex. There's a lot of reasons why that's going on there, but at the end of the day, I go in, I sit there, and sometimes even if it's only for a few minutes, my favorite thing to do is actually do a full session at home in the morning before I start my day.
That's how I do it.
But it helps, and you feel better. Your pain level is lower. And I mean, there's no question about it. I've been on my feet all day, and I'm slave to fashion. I'm wearing heels. It's the most ridiculous thing, but I'm doing it. I do it every show, and my feet hurt like heck every show. And as I'm sitting here talking to you, my feet and my legs, they hurt much less. I mean, no question in my mind that it works for pain management, and a lot of applications for it. And again, I have a ton of clients using it. Maybe not a ton, but I have more than one.
Right.
With it. And again, this became part of my personal protocol. I share my personal protocol with people. I take it as a compliment when people choose to apply it to their own, and I feel it. The results are just how I feel.
And you also said the second thing besides pain management was detox.
Correct. I was very surprised. I mean, our skin is our largest organ on our body. 30% of our detox pathways are actually through our skin, and producing a sweat is a very easy, safe, effective way for the body to get rid of things that aren't supposed to be there. And no question in my mind that this helps to produce a sweat. By the end of 20 minutes, I mean, I'm really sweating.
Yeah.
And highly effective. So it's a powerful way, and it pairs with that. So, you gotta, part of healing in many cases, the drain, getting the bad stuff out, is actually more important than the kill.
Yes.
And the body moves the toxins around, and you end up with this never-ending inflammatory cycle where this stuff goes back into the system and then comes back out, and back into the system and comes back out, and the body's constantly responding, trying to get the stuff out. Well, let's get it out. Let's get it all the way out. Let's keep it out.
So the Relax Sauna pushes it out of the body instead of having it go around like musical chairs.
There is no question that the sweat that this sauna produces and the mechanism that it's using to do that contributes directly. I know they've done research on it and all of that, but anecdotally speaking, no question in my mind. I've had personal experiences with it. I can tell by my even by my sweat, if I haven't done it in a week. When I get back from this trip, I will guarantee that my that morning will be slightly different than by the end of the week after I've done it 3 or 4 times. So,
you've been in other saunas.
I haven't been in other portable saunas, but I have been in big saunas. And I made a joke. I think I must have died in the desert in a past life because I really don't like being in them.
Yeah.
I find them to be very uncomfortable, and for whatever reason, I feel like I can't breathe.
Yeah.
So being able to have my head out, again, for me, something that I needed, and something that actually gave me the opportunity to be able to use a sauna, because I did not have interest in using a sauna prior to actually trying the Relax. And truthfully, I tried it. He told me I'd be grateful. He said if I tried it, I'd be grateful. That's what happened. He came to me and he said, if you try it, you'll be grateful. And truthfully, I am grateful. So
Great.
So for good, for sure.
Now, how does this work with hyperbaric oxygen? How do you pair it with hyperbaric oxygen chambers, which is another great therapy?
For sure. So again, I mentioned I'm facility director of Hyperbarics Rx in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. I am also an ANDI certified instructor trainer. I co-authored portions of the hyperbaric course curriculum. I train operators and technicians and physicians all around the world in the application of hyperbaric medicine. My origins are from the diving industry. So hyperbaric medicine is very, very good. At proper dosages, it works in some cases even better than an antibiotic, or synergistically with an antibiotic. So the body, when the body has something die, whatever mechanism, it's something that's not supposed to be there, like a bacteria, it's dead. It leaves a leftover cellular waste. There's a byproduct. It's actually a toxin. And our body has mechanisms to get that out. But somebody with a chronic condition, they can be really overwhelmed. And remember, we have all kinds of environmental exposures. I mean, we at our facility, we work with soldiers with PTSD, TBI, and these soldiers, when they were downrange, they were exposed to all kinds of chemicals, all kinds of toxins. Their tissues are loaded. So when you start to treat them with hyperbaric oxygen therapy, they start to get better, and part of that is they end up with this die-off. They get these overwhelming symptoms, and helping the body to get that out reduces these negative symptoms, which are actually a sign that things are working very well, and that this thing that's not supposed to be there, and this pathogen is now not happy and dead. But again, it's really hard, and a lot of times it's challenging for people to do that. Some detox methods are very hard. Some of them have a learning process. They don't understand. So it's very easy for me to say to somebody, just sit there. Sit there for as little as 5 minutes and work up to 20. It's very, very simple, and it's an easy way. And again, sweat, it's safe. And neat thing about it, they get too hot, they feel too warm, they're okay, unzip, get out, you're done. They have full control. And in hyperbaric oxygen therapy, the way this works in the real world is they do their hyperbaric session, it works, and this, over the course of the few hours, starts to, and then they start to get some of these negative symptoms, some of this discomfort, and it can actually be pretty uncomfortable when they're going through a course of therapy.
So you do the Relax sauna after the hyperbaric?
After the hyperbaric. You could do it
5-7 minutes before?
You could do it before. I would say that having optimal circulation is not going to be a bad thing. And going in there, it's not harmful. I do have some application for that. So, 5 minutes before you go, that would be a bad thing. But that assumes that your clinic has one. So there you go. Or you brought it with you in your car to the clinic. Not everybody's going to do that.
No.
So 2 o'clock in the morning, you feel some discomfort, get up, go in your sauna. It's a powerful tool that gives the client, the patient, the person going through the healing journey even more control. It's another option. And sweat is very common, lots of ways to achieve it. Sitting there while this happens, I think, is a pretty simple thing.
Hippocrates said, find me a way to create sweat or fever, and I will cure disease.
Well, he knew some stuff. Definitely knew some stuff. So, and again, I just, for me personally, I very much like the product, and I really do recommend the product.
Okay, so it's relaxsaunas with an S.com, Relax Saunas, plural. and if they want to know more. And Laura, this was, I really appreciate someone who's in a position of whatever you're in, of not an expert, but someone who's had a lot of hands-on experience with.
No, some people say I'm an expert.
Okay. Well, you know,
I'm joking.
yeah. An expert is a funny thing because most experts sometimes don't know a whole lot.
I would agree with that, unfortunately. I'll say this. I know just enough to know how much I really don't know.
That's great. You and Socrates.
Yeah.
You know, Socrates was the wisest man in Greece, the Oracle of Delphi said. And he said, wait a second, that's not possible. I don't know anything. And he went around to all the wise men in Greece and found out that the oracle was right because all the others thought they knew something. And he was the only one that knew enough to know that he didn't know anything.
Oh, that's so funny. I love it. I love it.
And so I really appreciate your comments.
You.
Any last words about the Relax Sauna?
Give it a try. I think you'll be very, very surprised, and looks can be a bit deceiving, I have to admit. They were for me, and I think you may be very surprised.
So what made you buy it? I know you called about a week after the conference.
I tried it. It felt good.
Yeah.
It felt good, and you know I tend to be a little bit in my decisions. I'm exposed to stuff all the time. Again, humans, experiential creatures.
Right.
I buy it, but I want to experience it. I actually tried it, I think, multiple times over the show.
Yeah.
And then I got back and I said that worked. It worked, and that was it. And then I've had it, and it's been a few years now, and I love it. I even took it on vacation with me. So I drove. I took a vacation. We drove and we put it in the car and we took it with us.
There's a doctor in Connecticut who says what he likes best is the instant on.
I love it. Yeah, and I would agree with that. It's like I said, it's quick, it's easy, it's fast. Sure, there are lots of different ways, but you know, again, we need to do stuff that works into our lifestyle, that's complementary to our journey.
Well, thank you so much, Laura.
You're so welcome.
Okay, bye now.
Thank you.
Yeah.